The concert season is in a hiatus and the summer festivals are winding down. But there's lots of fine recorded classical listening for the remaining days of summer. Record labels typically save their biggest releases for the fall, so the summer crop is where we can find the promising young talents or historical oddities. This summer's releases includes these 3 gems, each focused on the more intimate side of music making. They'll sound equally good in sun or shade, they can be broken down into different playlists, and will reward repeat listening with many layers of artistry. Siberian-born pianist Pavel Kolesnikov, one-time winner of Calgary's Honans competition, adds a modern piano sound to his album of music by 17th-century French Baroque composer Louis Couperin, supplied Debussy. The Jerusalems bring a full-bodied sound to the 4-movement piece. They are bold yet manage to sound elegant at the same time, masterfully winding up tension before suddenly letting it go. The article continued below. The Debussy piece is well paired with the string quartet by Maurice Ravel, which gets a suave, often ethereal interpretation. Deckside or dockside, this album would go very nicely with a glass of Pouilly Fumé. It is released on the Harmonia Mundi label, and available on iTunes for $10.99. Johann Sebastian Bach Goldberg Variations. Quality hammock time may be the best setting to contemplate a remarkable new release of J.S. Bach's Goldberg Variations. There are many fine recordings out there made on the modern piano, each with its own appeal. Purists will find at least a half-dozen great versions performed on harpsichord. But German Bachmeister Wolfgang Rubsam, now in his early 70s, has created something remarkable on the Lautenwerk, or lute harpsichord. He casts the Goldberg Variations in a new light. For one thing, Rubsam's instrument uses gut instead of metal strings, making it sound more like a lute than a typically rattly clangy harpsichord. The other thing that makes this album special is Rubsam's way of playing the music in the way that Bach hand-wrote it, where the notes for each hand are not always perfectly aligned vertically. Playing these passages staggered accentuates the counterpoint, giving the music even more texture. Rubsam also takes a leisurely pace in his playing. The result is a spare yet luxurious stroll through the aria and 30 variations. The initial impression is odd and foreign, but quickly becomes utterly beguiling. This album of the Goldberg Variations is being released by Naxos on August 10th, and it's $7.99 on iTunes. Article continued below. Dances from the Bine manuscript. It has been 6 years since young, Siberian-born pianist Pavel Kolesnikov took home the big prize from Calgary's Honans competition, launching an international career. He consistently takes his own unique approach, usually in good taste. Kolesnikov's new album of music by French Baroque composer Louis Couperin marries the elan and polish of the modern piano sound with the free shifts of tempo used by people who perform this music on harpsichord. The result is a suave, sophisticated sound that is much more sensual than regimented, seducing the listener with its drawing room-like intimacy. Kolesnikov makes the allemans, courants and other chordally dances sway gently. His finest work here is in the preludes, which are written without bar lines, forcing the interpreter to figure out how to make the music flow. This album is sold under the Hyperion label, and is available for $10.99. Classical music writer John Taraz is a freelance contributor for The Star, based in Toronto. He is supported by the Rubin Institute for Music Criticism, San Francisco Conservatory of Music and Anne and Gordon Getty Foundation. Follow him on Twitter at John Taraz.